Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this episode of Break It Down, Brian H. Keeping it 100. I'm your host, Brian H. Waters. This show, of course, is brought to you by the Wrestling Realm. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this episode of Break It Down with Brian H., I am joined by somebody who's actually right down the road on 95. I'm from Baltimore, DC, and we happen to share a last name. We haven't figured out the relation yet, but we will. And that is the one, the only, the Britt Waters. The biggest moment on television this year, folks. It happened by accident. It was the night that NXT invaded SmackDown. That was the time to do it. The Rock had just won the Royal Rumble. Triple H was the hottest heel in professional wrestling. There was no need for the Big Show. There was no need for Mick Foley.
Yeah, it might have been a bit excessive.
And as a child, Diesel was cool.
Yeah.
You know why? Because who was the coolest person at that time? Shaquille O'Neal. And you think about it, and I just thought about this talking. Diesel was champion at a time where Shaq was becoming the next big thing in the NBA, where he had just beat Michael Jordan in the playoffs, and everybody was thinking he was going to win the championship. Shaq was the man. So WWE had their 7-footer, and damn, I'm good. Right now, 5 other individuals in all ways, shape, or form of wrestling. We have podcasters, we have bookers, and of course, we have professional wrestlers on here. Oh, you said it wouldn't have felt right if they would have just mailed you the belt.
Yeah, like that's weird.
Did it feel right that in order for you to win the belt, Brittany had to trip your opponent?
Absolutely. That was fun.
Realize this. Sasha Banks' Raw Championship run was never meant to be a lengthy title run. I saw that. I was talking to Dre about this before we went live. It wasn't meant to be a lengthy title run. Sure, I would have, if you gave me the book, what I would have did, I would have had all this kind of happen around Survivor Series. I would have got them so high on their high horses, and then as Survivor Series start to break it down. Man, oh man, I've been talking about this for a couple of weeks, and folks, I'm going to put this on paper. Braun Strowman is leaving WrestleMania, the new WWE Universal Champion. Right now, we're going to look at this 10, 15 years down the line, and we're going to go back to Juneteenth 2020, especially with everything going on. We're in the midst of a racial pandemic. What does it mean to you to be able to be on this show? We're going into Black History Month. Have you felt the responsibility in doing this and representing the culture and the effect that you'll have on young ladies who will be coming up and wanting to be a wrestler?
Oh, definitely. Especially being from Oklahoma, where the population for African Americans is very low.
So, ladies and gentlemen, sit back. Here's my interview with the prodigy, Roxy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am blessed to have the one and only, the prodigy, Roxy, on the line. I am honored today to have one of my favorite people in wrestling. I've actually had the pleasure of meeting him a couple of times, and that is the one, the only, Caprice Coleman. Today, I am joined by a special guest, a true veteran in this business of professional wrestling. That is the one and only Big Ramp. What's up, man? How you feeling?
Man, what's up, man?
Man, I appreciate y'all coming on. Black Magic, definitely. I love the name. Let's start right there. How'd y'all come up with the name Black Magic? This right here, you hear his name every week on the show. You've seen a couple of his photos. He's even in the intro. He's the only non-wrestler in the intro, and that is my big brother, Dr. D. But I'm standing here with the lovely Miss Candace Cordelia. Candace, how are you today?
I'm doing fantastic.
They recently put out a list, the top 50 professional wrestlers that's black. So, PWI has their magazine, and we see a lot of wrestlers get spited all the time. And all people do is talk. All people do is say, oh, why aren't there this many black wrestlers? These great brothers right here had the audacity and the courage to put together a list. And that's one thing I can appreciate, because they wasn't just all talk. They was about that action. So what's up, fellas? How y'all doing today?